we're back doing Presidio's top 10 countdown of top threats, concerns, and issues, at least from Mr. Justin Tibbs' perspective, our Chief Security Officer at Presidio. So Justin, we've done number 10 and number 9. Remote workforce was at 10. We had third-party security risks at number 9, both interesting conversations. What do you have for us at number 8?
And number 8, we've slotted in social engineering.
Okay, so it's that tried and true, right? Social engineering, that's been around for a long, long time. Why is it in your top 10? It's kind of old school. So tell us more.
Yeah, so social engineering is fascinating, right? And we like to say what's old is new again, right? We've said that back and forth, you and I, and many of the industry peers that we work with. And social engineering is still here. It's still very relevant, quite frankly, whether it's through the traditional, just the email, attempting to get something, not necessarily phishing attacks, but just trying to convince you to give somebody something via an email vector, via a phone call. These things are still very relevant. Now with social media, going through social media channels to try to convince you to give me something, or the USB dead drops that still work very well. You know, people pick up flash drives still. It's kind of we don't think that to be the case, but we still see it in our assessments. When we do those type of assessments, we still see breaches through those types of things. But also on another front, it's an evolution, right? Social engineering is evolving as technology is evolving. So.
Yeah, no, that's a great take, I think, on the situation. And I think it would maybe surprise most people. Some people think along the lines of, well, that's a problem of the past. You know, that's not something that we need to worry about today. And ironically, the same things that worked then, to your point, work now. So that makes perfect sense that maybe folks are going back to, well, they're in different environments. So going back to your number 10, remote workforce, and number 9, third-party suppliers, they're not even in the same location. So they're not used to their patterns. They're outside of their bubble and their control mechanisms. They're much more susceptible, I think, to maybe social engineering than they were before, or if they've been trained to take care of it before. Now it's retraining because the environment's changed. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you look at the way the technology is transforming, and the kind of crazy things we could do with ML and AI, and not to use them as buzzwords, but we see some kind of emerging trends around kind of deep fake coming on. Not that this is something that's happening a lot right now, but you start to see attackers meddling with deep fakes to figure out if they could transpose a CEO's voice or CFO's voice to potentially place a phone call in to trick somebody, as opposed to trying to do it via an email. So this is something we're starting to see the beginnings of, and it's also, again, using older, quote, social engineering scenarios, but with a new twist.
It'll be a scary time when deep fakes have the code and the capacity, the compute power to really impersonate, someone that can make those kind of decisions within a company. I think those are going to be some interesting battles to fight in the very near future. So I wasn't sure if bringing up deep fake on social engineering, that's a scary one. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's just the beginning trend. Who knows where to go, but it's still an evolution, right?
Understood. All right. Well, that is number 8 on the list. So we'll see what you got for us next time. Justin, as always, appreciate the time on a day like today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris.